In the vast, silent expanse of Chile's Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth, the very stones seem to whisper tales of forgotten epochs and celestial visitors. Here, etched into the arid landscape, are enigmatic figures known as geoglyphs, colossal drawings that can only be truly appreciated from the heavens above. For millennia, these silent sentinels have guarded secrets that continue to baffle archaeologists and ignite the imaginations of those who dare to look beyond conventional explanations. Journey with us as we delve into the mystical heart of the Atacama, exploring its extraordinary glyphs through the intriguing lens of the Ancient Aliens series, seeking to understand if these ancient markings are indeed a testament to an otherworldly connection. The Atacama Desert, a starkly beautiful yet unforgiving realm of rock, sand, and saline crust, stretches for over 1,000 kilometers along the Pacific coast of South America. Its hyper-arid conditions have, paradoxically, acted as a remarkable preserver of the past. Beneath its cloak of shimmering heat and star-drenched nights lie not only rich mineral deposits, but also a profound human history, and perhaps, as proponents of ancient astronaut theories suggest, a history that transcends the terrestrial. The Ancient Aliens series, a cultural touchstone for those who question mainstream historical narratives, has frequently turned its gaze towards the perplexing geoglyphs scattered across this desolate landscape. The series posits that many ancient marvels, including these giant desert drawings, are difficult to explain through conventional archaeological interpretations alone. Instead, it proposes that extraterrestrial beings may have visited Earth in antiquity, leaving their mark, sharing knowledge, and perhaps even guiding the development of early human civilizations. The Atacama glyphs, with their sheer scale and often cryptic designs, serve as compelling if controversial pieces of this grand cosmic puzzle. Before we venture into the specific interpretations offered by Ancient Aliens, let us first appreciate the nature and diversity of these remarkable earthen canvases. The Atacama geoglyphs were created by various cultures over a vast span of time, from approximately 500 BCE to 1500 CE. The techniques used were primarily of two types: additive, where stones and earth were gathered to form a positive image, and extractive, where the darker desert varnish of the surface was removed to reveal the lighter soil underneath, creating a negative image. These geoglyphs are not isolated curiosities. Thousands have been catalogued, ranging from simple geometric shapes and animal figures to complex anthropomorphic beings and abstract designs. They are often found on hillsides or arid plains, strategically placed to be visible from a distance, or as Ancient Aliens often emphasizes, from the sky. The most common motifs include llamas, condors, serpents, monkeys, curiously not native to this region, and human-like figures, often adorned with elaborate headdresses or wielding symbolic objects. Archaeologists generally interpret these glyphs as having served multiple purposes within the societies that created them. They could have been ritual pathways, markers for trade routes. The Atacama was a crucial corridor for trans-Andean trade, indicators of water sources or fertile areas, or representations of deities and mythological narratives. They likely played a significant role in the social, religious, and cosmological lives of the ancient Atacameno people, the Tiwanaku culture, and later the Inca Empire, all of whom left their imprint on this region. Perhaps the most iconic and debated geoglyph in the Atacama is the Gigante de Atacama, or the Atacama Giant. Located on Cerro Unitas, this colossal anthropomorphic figure stretches an astonishing 119 meters, or 390 feet in length, making it the largest prehistoric anthropomorphic figure in the world. The giant is a striking, somewhat stylized depiction of a human-like being with a rectangular head adorned with what appear to be rays or antennae and long, spindly legs. One arm is bent, holding an unknown object, while the other points downwards. Ancient Aliens frequently highlights the Atacama Giant as a prime example of potential extraterrestrial influence or reverence. The series questions, who was this giant figure meant to depict, and for whom was its immense scale intended? The Sky God Interpretation. Proponents of the Ancient Astronaut Theory as voiced in the series suggest that the Atacama Giant could be a representation of an ancient astronaut or a sky god who descended from the heavens. The rays emanating from its head are often interpreted not as a ceremonial headdress as mainstream archaeology might suggest, but as antennae or part of a helmet worn by a celestial visitor. A cosmic calendar or navigational aid? Some theories presented in Ancient Aliens explore the possibility that the giant, and indeed other glyphs, served as navigational markers for extraterrestrial spacecraft. The lines and orientations of certain geoglyphs, it is suggested, might align with celestial bodies or energy ley lines, forming a complex system understood by advanced beings. The giant's pointing arm could be indicating a significant location or direction relevant to these celestial navigators. The idea of the desert itself as a vast, open landing strip is a recurring theme. Local deities or mythological beings. Mainstream archaeology offers a different perspective. The giant is often interpreted as representing a local deity, perhaps a creator god or a spirit associated with mountains, water, or fertility, all crucial elements for survival in the harsh desert environment. The rays could symbolize power, divinity, or represent a feathered headdress, common in Andean iconography. The figure might have been a focal point for rituals and ceremonies, perhaps related to astronomical events or agricultural cycles. The ancient inhabitants, while lacking flight, would have understood its form from nearby vantage points or through communal knowledge and oral traditions. The serenity of the desert seems to deepen around the giant, as if the landscape itself holds its breath, pondering the true identity of this colossal guardian. Was it a plea to the gods, a map for starfarers, or a monument to a powerful local shaman or deity? The Ancient Aliens narrative encourages us to consider the most otherworldly of these possibilities, urging us to look at the giant not just as an archaeological artifact, but as a potential signpost to a forgotten cosmic past. Beyond the Atacama Giant, the desert is woven with a multitude of other geoglyphs that invite speculation and wonder. Ancient Aliens often showcases these lesser-known, yet equally intriguing figures as further evidence of a sophisticated, perhaps non-human influence. Geometric shapes and runways. Vast geometric patterns, including lines, circles, spirals, and rhomboids, crisscross the Atacama landscape. Some of these lines run perfectly straight for kilometers, traversing uneven terrain with remarkable precision. Ancient Aliens theorists often draw parallels between these lines and the more famous Nazca lines of Peru, suggesting they could be ancient runways or landing strips for extraterrestrial vehicles. The precision and scale, they argue, would be difficult to achieve without advanced surveying techniques, possibly provided by off-world visitors. The question is repeatedly posed: why create such massive, precise figures, if not for an aerial audience? Geometric shapes and runways. Vast geometric patterns, including lines, circles, spirals, and rhomboids, crisscross the Atacama landscape. Some of these lines run perfectly straight for kilometers, traversing uneven terrain with remarkable precision. Ancient Aliens theorists often draw parallels between these lines and the more famous Nazca lines of Peru, suggesting they could be ancient runways or landing strips for extraterrestrial vehicles. The precision and scale, they argue, would be difficult to achieve without advanced surveying techniques, possibly provided by off-world visitors. The question is repeatedly posed: why create such massive, precise figures, if not for an aerial audience? The mystical interpretation here paints a picture of ancient peoples witnessing the descent of shining craft from the heavens, and attempting to replicate the pathways or symbols associated with these celestial beings, perhaps as an invitation for their return, or as a way to honor their presence. Alien figures and symbolic creatures have long intrigued researchers and enthusiasts alike. These enigmatic geoglyphs, scattered across the Atacama, seem to depict more than just ordinary human figures. They hint at something beyond our world, something, well, extraordinary. The alien figures of Tarapacá. In the Tarapacá region of the Atacama, numerous geoglyphs depict stylized human-like figures, some with oversized heads, large eyes, and slender bodies, features that popular culture often associates with depictions of extraterrestrial beings. Ancient Aliens frequently points to these as classic representations of aliens, suggesting that the ancient artists were drawing what they saw, or what was described to them through oral traditions passed down from actual encounters. Imagine ancient artists, their minds filled with awe and perhaps trepidation, painstakingly etching these forms into the earth, trying to capture the likeness of beings who possessed abilities and knowledge far beyond their own. Were these figures gods, spirits, or visitors from other star systems? The otherworldly silence of the desert seems to amplify this question. Animals out of place and symbolic creatures. The presence of geoglyphs depicting animals not native to the hyper-arid Atacama, such as monkeys and hummingbirds, has also fueled speculation. While archaeologists explain these through long-distance trade and cultural exchange with jungle regions, Ancient Aliens sometimes offers a more exotic interpretation. Could these animals have been brought to the region by advanced beings, or are their symbolic meanings connected to a broader, perhaps cosmic mythology imparted by these visitors? Creatures like serpents and condors, prevalent in Andean cosmology, are also abundant. The serpent, often representing wisdom, rebirth, or the underworld, and the condor, a messenger to the gods of the upper world, take on an even deeper significance if one considers the possibility of sky beings interacting with earthly inhabitants. Were these symbolic creatures part of a lexicon shared between humans and extraterrestrials? The How and Why Ancient Astronaut Theory and the Atacama's Mysteries. A central tenet of the Ancient Aliens narrative regarding the Atacama glyphs revolves around the how and why of their creation, suggesting that the conventional explanations fall short. The How advanced knowledge and technology. The series often questions whether ancient peoples, with their presumed primitive tools and understanding, could have executed such large-scale and precise designs without some form of advanced guidance. While archaeologists demonstrate that complex projects can be achieved with simple tools, meticulous planning, and communal effort, Ancient Aliens posits that the knowledge of geometry, surveying, and perhaps even aerial perspective might have been gifts from extraterrestrial teachers. The mystical narrative here evokes images of celestial engineers, perhaps, with luminous charts and strange instruments guiding the hands of the ancient Atacamanos, helping them transform the desert floor into a vast canvas of cosmic communication. The why communication with the cosmos? If these glyphs were not solely for terrestrial purposes, then what was their ultimate aim? Ancient Aliens strongly suggest they were intended for those looking down from above. They could have been welcome signs or landing guides, as mentioned, to guide spacecraft to safe landing zones or to signal friendly territory. Appeals or offerings to sky gods. If ancient peoples perceived extraterrestrials as deities, the glyphs could have been massive prayers or offerings etched in the earth. Symbolic representations of cosmic events or knowledge. The glyphs might encode astronomical information, cosmological narratives, or even warnings or messages intended for future generations or for the celestial visitors themselves. Markers of significant resources or locations, perhaps indicating sources of rare minerals or energy that were of interest to extraterrestrial miners or explorers. The serene landscape of the Atacama, under this interpretation, becomes a silent dialogue between earth and sky, a place where humanity reached out to the stars, and perhaps the stars reached back. Scholarly perspectives. Here we delve into the academic views on the geoglyphs, exploring theories and evidence presented by experts in the field. Scholarly perspectives and the counter-narrative. It is crucial to acknowledge that the interpretations presented in Ancient Aliens are highly speculative and exist outside the mainstream of archaeological and historical consensus. Scholars offer compelling, evidence-based explanations for the Atacama geoglyphs, rooted in the rich cultural and historical context of the Andean world. Social and ritual significance. Archaeologists emphasize the role of geoglyphs in the social cohesion, religious practices, and cosmological understanding of the ancient cultures that created them. They were likely integral to ceremonies marking sacred spaces and reinforcing communal identity. Caravan routes and resource marking. Many glyphs are found along ancient llama caravan routes, suggesting they served as markers for traders, indicating paths, water sources, or resting places. The llamas and human figures often depicted are consistent with this interpretation. Astronomical alignments and calendrical functions. Some glyphs may have had astronomical significance, aligning with solstices, equinoxes, or important constellations, serving as agricultural calendars or for divinatory purposes. Expression of power and territoriality. The creation of large-scale public works like geoglyphs could also have been a display of the power and organization of a particular chieftain or cultural group, marking their territory and influence. Techniques within reach. Archaeologists have demonstrated that the techniques used to create the glyphs, while requiring significant effort and organization, were well within the capabilities of ancient societies, using simple tools and manpower. The planning of large designs could have been achieved using grids, ropes, and small-scale models. From a scholarly viewpoint, the Atacama geoglyphs are a testament to the ingenuity, artistic expression, and complex worldview of the indigenous peoples of the Andes, deeply connected to their environment and their understanding of the cosmos, without necessitating extraterrestrial intervention. The enduring mystique. The Atacama geoglyphs continue to captivate the imagination of people around the world. Their sheer scale, the mystery of their purpose, and the skill required to create them leave us in awe. These ancient artworks are a bridge to a time long past, yet they remain an enduring enigma, inviting us to ponder the capabilities and the vision of the people who made them. The enduring mystique, a convergence of worlds. Despite the robust scholarly explanations, the Atacama geoglyphs retain an undeniable mystique, a quality that Ancient Aliens masterfully taps into. The sheer scale of the desert, the silence, the otherworldly clarity of the night sky, and the enigmatic nature of the figures themselves create an atmosphere conducive to wonder and speculation. Perhaps the truth, as is often the case, lies not in an either-or, but in a more nuanced understanding. Could it be that the ancient peoples of the Atacama, deeply attuned to the rhythms of the earth and the movements of the celestial bodies, expressed their profound connection to the cosmos in ways that resonate with our modern fascination with the possibility of life beyond Earth? The Ancient Aliens series, while often criticized for its speculative leaps, serves a cultural purpose. It encourages us to ask, what if? It pushes the boundaries of conventional thinking and invites us to look at ancient mysteries with fresh eyes, even if those eyes are gazing through the otherworldly filter of potential extraterrestrial contact. The serene, mystical quality of the Atacama Desert itself seems to invite such contemplation. As the sun sets over the Oka Plains, casting long shadows that animate the ancient figures, it is easy to imagine a time when the veil between worlds was thinner. wind, whispering through the ravines, might carry echoes of ancient chants, the footfalls of llama caravans, or perhaps, as Ancient Aliens proposes, the hum of otherworldly craft descending from the star-dusted heavens. The Atacama glyphs are more than just lines in the sand. They are a profound link to a distant past, a testament to human creativity and belief. Whether they were messages to local deities, markers for earthly travelers, or beacons for celestial visitors, they speak to a fundamental human desire to make our mark, to communicate, and to connect with something larger than ourselves. The Ancient Astronaut connection, as explored through the lens of Ancient Aliens, adds a layer of cosmic intrigue to these already fascinating creations. It transforms the desert into a potential stage for an interplanetary drama, where humans and beings from other worlds might have once interacted, leaving behind enigmatic clues for future generations to decipher. As we virtually wander this ancient landscape, guided by the narratives of both scientific inquiry and speculative wonder, the Atacama's geoglyphs remain potent symbols. They are invitations to explore not only the outer reaches of our planet and the cosmos, but also the inner landscapes of our imagination and our collective search for meaning and connection in a vast and mysterious universe. The whispers of the Atacama Giants continue to echo, challenging us to listen closely, to question deeply, and to dream expansively of the possibilities that lie hidden in the sands of time and the starlit expanse above. The truth of their origin and their ultimate message may remain elusive, forever shrouded in the serene, mystical, and otherworldly silence of the desert, a timeless enigma for us, and perhaps for visitors yet to come.